Start. In the light of the submissions, the first question to be decided is whether the post held by the petitioners can be considered to be holders of a civil post in the light of the judgments relied upon and quoted above. Before deciding the question, the Act, namely the Home Guard Adhiniyam, is being briefly discussed. The Act came into force on 30th December 1963 and was promulgated for constituting a force for utilizing its services for duties in times of emergency and for serving as an auxiliary to the police for the maintenance of law and order. The constitution of the Home Guard is provided under Section 3, which provides for raising and maintaining a volunteer force to be called of the Home Guards, and the functions to be performed are specified in Section 4. The superintendence of the administration of the said Home Guards is provided for in Section 6 and is to be done by the state government through the Commandant General. Section 7 provides for the manner of enrollment of the volunteers, and Section 8 confers the powers on the district magistrate or the district commandant or commandant general to call of the said enrolled persons for performing the duties and functions as specified in Section 4 of the said Act. Section 10 provides that the Home Guard acting in discharge of the functions under the Act shall be deemed to be a public servant within the meaning of Section 21 of the IPC. The liabilities placed upon the Home Guards enrolled are laid down under Section 11, which bind the Home Guards for serving in any unit of the Home Guard in which he is attached, and the initial period required to be served is 3 years from the date of his enrollment, which can be extended. The procedure with regard to the discharge, suspension, and designation are laid under Section 12, and the penalties that can be imposed on the said Home Guards are provided for under Section 13. The state government is empowered to make rules and regulations for carrying out the performances of the said Act. Since the passing of the said Act and the passage of time, the utility of the persons enrolled under the Home Guards has continued, and in terms of the mandate of Section 8, they have been called to perform the duties. It is also to be borne in mind that the state government has framed rules for governing the services of Group A and Group B post holders of Home Guards, their manner of recruitment, the terms and conditions of their services. Although no rules have been framed for Group C and Group D, however, they are entitled to be absorbed, promoted to Group B, and a quota for promotion is also fixed in the rules provided for recruitment of Group A and Group B. The state government has issued the government orders providing for manner of enrollment of the Home Guards, providing for their eligibility criteria, the age, physical abilities, as well as the other eligibility conditions, and whole process of selection is provided for in the government order number 149 dated 1st September 2011 was issued providing for the manner of recruitment, and in fact a committee also has been constituted for making said selections. It further provides for awarding marks obtained in various parameters. Several welfare measures have been taken by the state government, such as providing for compassionate appointment to the dependents of the Home Guards who die while in harness or incapacitated while performing their duties, via Government Order Number 2013. The rules with regard to the recruitment on the vacant posts of Home Guards have further been amended by Government Order Number 3089 dated 12th January 2016. It is also to be noticed that the salary wages to the Home Guards are paid out of the state funds and in term of their appointment also continues for years. Thus, from the Act and the various government orders and the rules, what is clear is that power of appointment and selection vests with the state, which is exercised though its officers. The person selected and enrolled is subordinate to a public servant and he receives the salary wages on a monthly basis. There exists the relationship of master and servant and he performs duties in connection with the affairs of the state. Before deciding the nature of the post, it is essential to note that this court was confronted with this question way back in the year 1986 in the case of Vibhuti Narayan Singh versus State of and others, reported in 1986 UPLBEC 1130. A single judge of this court held that the post held by the Home Guards to be a civil post, whereas another single judge of this court, while deciding writ petition number 9028 of 1990, void judgment dated 28/10/1991, held that the post was not a civil post. In view of the conflicting decision, the matter was referred before the division bench, which decided the issue in judgment delivered in case of Riyasat Ali versus State 2003 4 AWC 3046, holding that the Home Guards under the Act and rules did not hold a civil post. The said judgment was followed by this court in the case of Roop Chandra versus State of UP Supra, while delivering the judgment in the case of Roop Chandra Supra. The court also agreed with the view taken in the case of Riyasat Ali Supra, nevertheless dismissed the writ petition, holding that the right of appeal is available under the rules. The judgment in the case of Arun Kumar Shukla Supra, relied upon by the respondent, did not decide the issue of the question whether the post held by the petitioner is a civil post or not. The same as such, the same is not being considered. The judgment of this court passed in the case of Hriday Narayan Yadav versus State of UP and others, placing reliance in the case of Riyasat Ali versus State of UP, held that it is still good law and the protection under Article 311 of the Constitution of India was not available to the Home Guards. The division bench of this court in the case of State of UP and others versus Dasarath Singh Parihar and another Supra was confronted with the said issue as to whether the Home Guards held the post, which can be said to be a civil post enjoying the protection available under Article 311 of the Constitution of India or not. The said division bench considered the judgments of the single judges as well as the judgment in the case of Riyasat Ali Supra, as also the judgment of Supreme Court in the case of State of UP versus Chandra Prakash Pandey and others, reported in JT 2001 4 SC 145. After considering the entire gamut of case laws, did not agree with the reasoning given in the case of Riyasat Ali Supra and recorded its opinion as under. Therefore, in our opinion, by mere enrollment, a Home Guard will not hold a civil post, but once a Home Guard is called for duty under Section 8 of the Act, he will be holding a civil post. The view which we are taking is further supported by the provisions of the rules which have been framed by the Governor exercising the powers conferred by the proviso to Article 309 of the Constitution. Rule 2, which deals with the status of service, clearly mentions that the Uttar Pradesh Home Guard service is a state service comprising Group B post. Over.